about not buildings, but I think we forget the elephant in the room when we realize, it's about educating our next generation. You're concerned about the buildings, maybe the buildings, you kind of alluded to the buildings were hindering or potentially could hinder some education. But I think we all need to really get grounded in the curriculum and the indoctrination that goes on in our schools. And Badger is a brand new school, but there's a lot of fighting that goes on there. There's indoctrination about evolution, the evolve from apes. There's just so much of that in a brand new school. So I think that's where we need to be grounded and kind of get back to before we even think about buildings. My mother-in-law was in a one-room schoolhouse, and she got her master's degree. She was a reading teacher in Grafton. It's not about buildings, it's about curriculum.
Are you guys looking at any, and I'm trying to stay focused on facilities, but even when Charlie Hillman was on the board, he talked about, virtual schooling and that the buildings aren't going to really be the future. It's just going to be like a TV screen or a computer. I don't know if that's come up in any of your discussion.
No, and some of that comes through, I've talked to Charlie about this. I haven't seen any schools doing that yet, but certainly increased technology would take place in if there's a remodel or if there's a new school being built or whatever would come out of that. So we really haven't touched curriculum, and when I say it's going to start affecting students, it's not because we've only got 3 colors of chalk and not 8 colors of chalk, but it's going to become a distraction if HVAC units don't work. So I'm not saying it's the quality of education, I'm not saying the curriculum, regardless of what the curriculum is, if the window doesn't close, it's going to affect the quality of the education. So I'm not saying a shiny new roof and a gold-plated basketball hoop is going to make our kids smarter. But for the most part, we're construction guys, and looking at the state and the condition of the current facilities is really challenged. And I felt that was my gut going into this, and at least for me personally, it's proven out. We need to do and I will say, until we figure out how to make sure that we're maintaining what we have, it would be a tough sell for me to say we need new rooftops. We need to expand or rebuild if we don't have a mechanism in place to maintain. Badger is a new school. New, what is it, 6, 7, 8 years? My guess is the HVAC equipment probably has a 10-year warranty. It's going to be time to start maintaining Badger Middle School, Silverbrook. So I think we've really got to figure out the maintenance budget, and I think our findings will point to that.
Is it safe to say the enrollment trends were looked at?
Yes. Yep.
Can you elaborate on that? What the enrollment is compared to?
Yeah, this is using the district's information. Specifically the elementary school, which obviously will lead to middle school and high school, the enrollment is projected to decline. And that's not kids moving to Slinger and kids moving to Cedarburg. You guys are seeing in here, it's a state challenge. Districts are closing in northern Wisconsin and combining relatively locally here just because there aren't enough, the enrollment in general is going down. So enrollment in West Bend, off of the most recent information given to us by the district, is that enrollment is going to continue to decline. Not drastically, but we're at about, in the elementary school side, I think the number is we're at 79% capacity right now. So our schools are built for, if they were built for 100 kids, we've got 79 kids in that square footage, and projections are maybe we'll only have 78 or 77 or 76 in the next 5 to 10 years. Now I will say, Dave, maybe this is back when you were on the board, that trend projection, it's different now than it was even 15 years ago. It was projected to be increasing, which I'm thinking is some of the thought behind we need to build another larger school in Jackson because we're going to have more kids, and that's a good spot to do it. We've got to look at those projections and trends often to make sure that we're planning. We're not using old data to plan new stuff.
Is staffing going down too?
I don't know. school district. Not part of our charge. We're really trying to stay focused on the referendum question of facilities. Dave?
Well, that will ultimately come down to the dollars, because there are dollars, but there is dollars there in the overall budget.
And that's what, some tough decisions will have to be made, and I don't know if this task force is gonna make the job of, thanks to you and thanks to the current members that are there, I don't know if the task force findings are gonna make their job easier or more difficult, but there's some challenges, and again, some of it feels like it's, just happening in West Bend. There's some challenges going on in lots of places. Paula?
Did you guys take into consideration possibly bringing back the charter school as part of
If it
this
wasn't in the
plan?
referendum question, we did not bring up charter school at all.
Is that missed, do you think? Do you know? I mean, I know that people were upset that it was closing.
Yeah, all I know is just from a community member guy that I know there was some angst, and then I haven't heard a peep about it
Yeah.
since. So I don't know. Ms. Mark?
Yeah, Kurt, during the process where you were working with the district, were there any things that you found that they were doing especially well, or were they doing everything? I mean, it's, in terms of the bell curve, they've got to be doing some things really well, some things really
I was,
badly.
absolutely. Yeah, I don't wanna, I hope I'm not sounding like these people don't know what the heck they're doing. They're maintaining 1.2 million square feet for $1.5 million. They're buying, figuratively, they're buying a hell of a lot of duct tape to keep a heck of a lot of square footage open and functioning, and Jackson especially was being used during the summertime. I think staying operating is pretty impressive. I think at the high schools, just the amount of class offerings we have, the sheer number of courses and the sheer type of education that's being offered is great. So I don't mean to, hope I'm not sounding like I'm bashing it. It might be $47 million in fixes. I just want to know exactly where that $47 million is going. Is really what it comes down to, I think, for myself and for the task force. And are those dollars all being deployed in the most cost-effective manner? The easy answer is more. We need more money. I like to ask the question, how much and where's it going? Anytime someone says the answer to my problem is more money, they get more money, and inevitably, the answer is more money, again and again and again. So, again, I'm not saying that's what the district was at or where they were going. I really personally felt, and I think the task force feels, like I said a bit earlier, very young board, young administration. We felt, let's take the crosshairs off of them for the summer. Let them get themselves organized in a position to be successful, and we can hopefully do some of the work that I'm hoping they'll find valuable and useful. Because again, they're down to a person, they all want to make a positive difference, whether it's the administration, whether it's the school board. We've all got opinions about current past boards and where they did really well and where they, in our minds, they might not have. Our intent was to be an open, honest, unbiased opinion of a handful of folks. In some case, some of the guys are experts. Some of the guys, I'll say me, I like to ask questions. I don't know if I got a whole lot of the answers, but it's interesting what you can find if you ask questions that have never been asked before.